Check this out. Check this thing out. Look what I found in our new studio. I have no clue what it came from. Watch it be like some important thing to the studio and it just falls apart. It's gonna be our like.
I don't know what to say.
I don't even know either.
Why did you bring? Aren't we recording?
Yes. I think so.
Why did you bring this in?
I found it. It was right there at the door. It's like our mascot now or something. Let's name it Henry. That's Henry.
Is there a specific tie to a Henry you know? Is that what you're...
Who's Henry?
I don't know. Okay, we're just naming Henry.
Oh,
Okay.
you want to name it?
No.
You sure?
This thing
Sounds
is
like
useless.
Sounds like you want to name it.
I don't want to name it.
This is probably... Is it integral? I don't know. I don't do vocab.
I call it integral.
Integral. I don't know.
I don't think that's
This
right.
is probably an important piece to this structure. But what are you gonna do? This is gonna be loud. Sweet. That should be good. Whatever. Let's go from that.
Alright.
Well, hey everybody. Welcome to Death Mountain Productions. This is the Death Mountain Podcast, as you're all probably well aware by now. We episode 20 already?
I think.
This is awesome. We are at episode 20 of the Death Mountain Podcast already, which is nuts considering. I might be wrong. This might be 21. I'm not entirely certain. I think it's 20.
It's not 21. It's not.
Yeah, there's 20. I think it's 20. If not, it's 19 and deal with it. So this week, there wasn't really a ton of like big gaming news like there has been tech news. There's been a lot of awesome tech news lately. Not as much big gaming news. So, because we're in an effort to make these things not as long as they have been in the past,
Well, I mean,
let's, you want...
at least this has to do with gaming. No, I'll take this.
That's true, it does have to do with gaming. That's true.
So, I mean, this will assist your gaming experience, well, depending on if you are on
Exactly,
the PC platform.
Which you will be if you haven't already. But, so we're going to dive right into it, because there's quite a bit of information for this.
Alright, well, you probably predicted it, but yep, we got more AMD news.
Oh, yeah.
I should have worn my AMD stuff, I didn't do it this week. But I have so much AMD stuff.
I've got nothing.
I got 2 Vega shirts, a Vega hat, and a Ryzen jacket now.
I've got a Pokemon shirt.
Oh, and NVIDIA's shipping me a water bottle.
Oh, I saw that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's already on the way. So I'll have that next week. So yeah, we got Radeon RX Vega, the graphics cards that were delayed for like a year probably. Like this sucker was delayed and delayed. People were waiting. They've been hyping this up since like last year.
Yeah.
And we finally got announced at SIGGRAPH, which I mentioned last week was going to take place on Sunday, which it did. And we got some news here. So we'll start with the 56. The 56 is a 10.5 teraflop graphics card. That's basically just kind of like a rough number. Considering the Xbox One X is like 6 teraflops or something like that, it's not bad. And that's supposed to be a 4K gaming console. 8 gigs of HBM2 memory. That's the big thing about Vega here. I'm going to go into right now. HBM2 stands for High Bandwidth Memory 2, which I think is the reason for a lot of the delays, is because they had short supply of HBM. Because NVIDIA cards and current AMD cards use GDDR5, except for the Fury cards use HBM1. But HBM has like very, very fast, like it doesn't get like congested. I don't know what the word is, but yeah. So like it has more faster flow through the cache and through the memory, so it won't like hitch as much, which actually can be seen in like minimum frame rates as like in the benchmarks, because they say that actually no, it's not them, but the minimum frame rates seem to be quite a bit higher, even if the averages are more close on the Vega products, which I like because I hate frame drops. So if I can have an average at pretty good, but minimums that don't drop a ton, like just spike. If I can have less spikes and
Just
more steadiness.
Non-stop spikes.
Well, I mean, they can spike because of the memory. It's very rare, but it can happen. This looks to solve it. Even
Try
though
to play PUBG on that $50 graphics card. That $60 whatever that was, that'd be...
$60. You could do it. It would run about 30 FPS probably. It is very CPU bound right now. Keep that in mind. My 980 Ti runs it with 45% graphics usage at max settings.
I need to check and see what my 1070 FCW is pushing. 'Cause I have not tested it at all for PUBG yet.
It should be fine. My 980 Ti's are worse than 1070s.
Oh,
Speaking of 1070s, that's what this card is competing with.
Mhm.
The 56. It's the same price range, $400, which is what like a lot of the 1070s are going for, is 400 plus, which we should be seeing higher priced models as the custom ones come out. But this apparently in benchmarks is beating the 1070 right now. So keep that in mind, because a lot of the reasons that people buy AMD cards right now is you get FreeSync, which is built into a lot of monitors. It doesn't cost like any money to put in FreeSync, because you can do it over HDMI, you can do it over DisplayPort. It's an open standard, so you can get that tear-free, lag-free, stutter-free experience within the frame rates, and it can vary, and the monitor will match it. So it's one of my favorite technologies to come to PCs in a very long time, and that's a feature you can only get on AMD cards unless you want to spend over $200 plus premium on a G-Sync monitor in Team Green.
You want to do a quick differentiate of the G-Sync and FreeSync?
Yeah, sure.
People might not know real quick.
So basically, G-Sync and FreeSync do the exact same thing I was saying FreeSync did, which is stutter-free, lag-free, like tear-free, because it syncs with the graphics card. Whatever it's putting out, the monitor communicates with and syncs exactly to it. Difference is AMD's FreeSync is an open standard, so it can be built into like any monitors with like no effort. Even like professional monitors, like, oh, we have AMD FreeSync now because it's part of the DisplayPort specification, it's part of the HDMI spec. NVIDIA, you have to have a proprietary module that costs like $200 plus, and then so that brings up prices. So if you look at like the Asus MG278Q, that's like $500, and that same monitor is $800, with the only difference being G-Sync.
And you can even see it in those like the Alienware laptops that have the 1070 in them.
With the G-Sync,
identical in every method, in every way. But the G-Sync model is like $250 more. So that's gonna be your big difference. You're just gonna notice you're just gonna have to pay a lot more for a very similar technology to what AMD's given us.
Which is why so many people buy FreeSync.
Well, yeah, especially because it's so seamless. It's nice.
Especially, yeah. So if you're along the unless you're like paying the most for everything, getting into that right now is the Vega 64.
Yes.
So this is the flagship AMD card that's bringing them back into the extreme gaming performance segment.
That's what I'm excited for.
It kind of got delayed. You know what's funny is one of the AMD reps is actually saying they delayed it a little bit further even because of Ethereum mining craze. So they kind of wanted to get past that a little bit. So they announced Vega 64, which is apparently doing better than the 1080, but not the 1080 Ti. Part of that is probably because this has been delayed so much because of shortage of HBM and Ethereum mining, all that stuff. But it isn't going to beat the 1080 Ti.
It's only $500 too.
I know, that's the same price as the 1080, so I guess it's not too bad, but still, we were hoping that we'd have something that'd kill NVIDIA at the highest end. But
well, because in here we're looking for at the Radeon, the RX Vega, for games like such as Battlefield 1, one of the biggest shooters out there on the market. For this guy, we're looking at 1920 by 1080.
So 1080p.
Standard 1080p. We're talking 131 FPS from this graphics card. Whereas the Radeon R9 Fury X, we're looking at,
and that's their previous generation flagship, because Polaris didn't have any flagship cards.
And we're talking 104 FPS. So a pretty substantial difference between that, like that 25 in there.
For the best you could get to pair with like a FreeSync monitor.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then for Battlefield 1, let's try to power through this a little bit here for you guys. At 2560 by 1440 resolution, RX Vega, we're looking at about a 98 FPS benchmark, whereas the R9 Fury is at 81. And then for Battlefield 1 again, at 3840 by 2160 resolution, we're looking at 55 FPS on the RX Vega, and we're looking at 41 FPS on the R9 Fury X.
Yep.
And so you'll notice that this generation jump carries a substantial weight in the realm of frame rates. That pretty much, as you said, frame rate drops are some of the most annoying things in the world when you're gaming. Like when you're turning around a corner to cut, but no, you're dead.
But yeah, this actually doesn't show the minimum frame times though.
Correct.
I've seen benchmarks though that show that, and that's why, to end this off, there is one big statement that AMD came out with they had like a big road trip where they took Vega everywhere, as long as systems that were allegedly equipped with the 1080 and a G-Sync monitor of the equivalent, and everything else is the same. They even used Intel processors in both builds, and apparently they had the 1080s and the 1080 Ti's, and people preferred the Vega systems more often than not, even though it doesn't give a better average frame rate than the 1080 Ti.
And they look sweet. I don't know if you've.
Oh, are you looking at the Vega 64 limited edition? Or are you just looking at just? Oh, that's just the base card.
That's just the base card.
They have a limited edition one that's like made of steel. Or
This
like,
guy right there.
I don't know if it's steel, but
Those.
it's like brushed metal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a brushed aluminum style, like a stainless look to it. It looks sweet. These cards are beautiful.
Yep.
They look great. They've got the Vega logos. I'm sure you've seen on his shirt before, just that little V. They've got that stamped right on that brushed aluminum. It's a pretty card, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see these things start hitting the market.
Yep. So it didn't
It's
quite.
gonna be awesome.
They didn't quite beat Nvidia, but they sure did put a showing out there for
Especially for the performance and all those people that wanted like AMD products,
Exactly, because
like the AMD fanboys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even people that just don't want Nvidia anymore.
Uh-huh.
They're probably excited.
They're
but
not
even,
stuck
even
with-
if it's not like the 1080 Ti.
They're not stuck with Fury X or Polaris anymore.
Exactly. And perk for all of you guys that are doing that Ethereum mining.
Oh yeah.
Vega kicks butt.
It's like 70 to 100 mega hashes a second or something like that. I don't know exactly how good that is, but it's top notch. So gamers out there, you better be fast.
Yeah, because if you want these things, people are going to be sniping these very quickly. So.
Yep.
So that's it for Vega. Awesome announcement. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that was pretty huge. So there was a lot to talk about there. But
So we might not see as much in the future now.
yeah, it's going to be pretty slow in the AMD camp. We're going to have Ryzen Mobile. That's about it for a while. NVIDIA Volta is coming up soon, and Intel Coffee Lake. So we'll have more on that as we get more details
Coffee Lake.
from Team Blue and Team Green.
Skylake, Kaby Lake, Coffee Lake. I like Coffee Lake.
But before we leave Team Red, we got a Threadripper announcement too. 1900X. This is an 8-core, 16-thread with 3.8 GHz base and 4 GHz boost. Doesn't that sound like a processor that's already out? The 1800X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this costs $550. So, but the
What
thing
was
is,
the cost of the 1800?
it was $500 when it
Okay.
came out, but it dropped since then, I believe, to $450 or $400.
Yeah,
but
this is a.
This has the TR4 socket, so you get the bonus Threadripper features. So you get like all the different, like the I/O, and you get the 64 PCI Express lanes. You get all that. So basically, you're paying to get on the Enthusiast platform with the 8-core 16-thread. There's not much more to say about it. It's going to perform like an 1800X,
There you go.
but on Threadripper.
And $550.
So yeah, and there might be more to come in the rumor mill, but since we already have a lot of details on Threadripper, if those ever get confirmed, we'll let you know.
And now,
Yeah, take
a little
it away
bit of
for some
quick
gaming.
A little bit of quick gaming news, like we said. It's not. The market's like saturated with all these little tiny like sub storyline things going on.
Nothing we can really discuss.
Nothing huge, nothing big. So we'll stay tuned for that because the second we get some details on some big stuff, we'll get that out to you guys. First off, we're gonna talk about our favorite console, the Xbox One.
Hey!
Shout out to Ricardo. He wanted us to talk about this.
When I hear about Xbox.
Yeah. So, our favorite gaming console out there that's aimed directly at just gamers and gaming only has pretty much no new updates.
There really
Except
hasn't
that they're
been. I
adding
mean,
Spotify to the Xbox One.
yeah, there it is.
There you go. That's your big news.
You can have Spotify.
Yep, Xbox One is now getting something that PlayStation 4 has had for how long?
A while.
Years?
Yeah.
Literally years.
I mean, Xbox has had Pandora.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So Spotify is headed to the Xbox One. That's
All being said, that's still a nice thing
That's
for you guys
cool.
to have on Xbox.
Yeah,
it's
there it
better
is.
than Pandora.
For over 2 years, the only way to use Spotify on game consoles was through PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 because it replaced Sony's Music Unlimited service. So, they were an exclusive partner of PlayStation, and now they've confirmed that the app was being tested internally at Microsoft for release on the Xbox. And they also released a desktop, Microsoft released a desktop app for Spotify through the Windows Store in June.
Right.
So they're starting to get it more out there and partnered with Microsoft. So
Yeah.
you'll see some more of that. Number 2, Steam. We were talking about PC gaming, so this fits in well, beautifully. They're gaining about 1.5 million new users, literally every single month.
That's insane.
On average. That's nuts. So it says, numbers released from this year's Casual Connect in Seattle reveal that the company has added 1.5 million new users every month for the last 18 months. Now, we don't do math here at Death Mountain Productions, because that math is hard. But that's a lot of users.
Yeah. It's a lot of people. Whether it be on the most premium computers ever or on the cheapest laptops you can find.
With those A6.
People are jumping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumping on the Valve Steam bandwagon.
Intel Atom laptops. I know people that game on Atom.
Steam added 27 million first-time purchasers since January 2016, averaging 14 million peak concurrent daily users. 14 million daily users at the same time, average, which is up from 8.4 million in 2015.
Is that average or peak?
It is average.
Wow.
It is incredible how many people use Steam. I guarantee you, if we looked at Origin's numbers, they would not be this impressive. Pretty much the only other online thing that meets numbers relatively close to Steam, and they destroy Steam in this, is things like Facebook, things that people are constantly always logged into.
It's not gaming, though.
No, it's not. But like just online services that you're connected to online, the fact that a gaming one is up there with the likes of things like Facebook that literally has everyone's daily life on it is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Steam is killing it. They're great.
Good job, Steam.
Another thing that's on Steam that's also been crazy popular as of late, PUBG. We've been talking about it a little bit here. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. They added a first-person mode only, so you could always toggle back and forth between third person, where you can look around walls, stuff like that. You could see around you.
You could see behind you.
Yeah, it was nice. You could hold an Alt and you could literally just adjust the camera without your guy moving and making noise. Now it's first person only in this one mode. They still have their primary mode, which is just full game. But this is extremely difficult. Not easy, trust me. Hard. When you loot, you have to look down, you have to pick everything up, you have to look back up. If there's people behind you, you've got to pivot your whole body. So there's no more staying quiet when you're trying to turn around. You're going to walk around. Very difficult.
They added car horns.
Yeah, you can honk your horn like mad now. So while you're trying to not make noise in this game, you can A, turn around, because that's the only way to look behind you now, make noise, and B, get in that car and honk the horn as much as possible to draw as much attention to you as possible. Because I think that's the aim of the game. The more people shooting at you, the better. In your car. So yeah.
Don't take advice from me.
Yeah, don't listen to me. I've only won that game 3 times, and I've played it a lot. So that's that for PUBG, which is pretty cool. I mean, and they released a new sniper rifle, which is pretty awesome. There's a new sniper rifle that they released in that same 5 gig patch that released that. So that's pretty sweet. So now it's not just like the VSS and the Car 98 and whatnot.
Nice.
Which is cool. And then back to the SNES Classic.
This will be quick, we promise.
Yeah, because
Nintendo announced.
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
There you
Nintendo
go.
announced that pre-orders are opening later this month at all the retailers, and then they're going to be available on launch day as well. They announced on their Facebook. That's it.
that's literally it.
So watch your retailers, watch the websites, watch for all their announcements.
Because Walmart does nothing but cause drama when it comes to pre-orders.
And if all else fails, camp outside your store.
Mm-hmm. Which is where you'll probably find us. So that's it for the gaming news. Like we said, not much out there.
A lot of small things.
A lot on the AMD Team Red side with Vega.
Yeah, they finally came out with their last thing. So
There it is.
after Ryzen Mobile, it's going to be slow for Team Red.
So hopefully we'll get some more gaming news, because otherwise we're just going to sit here and look pretty for 15 minutes. And I mean, that's great for all of you guys.
This one is actually a little bit longer.
Okay, we're like 3 minutes. Well, that's fine. They love us. We're all golden. So yeah, take it away.
Alright, sweet. So, you know what to do. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment if you're wanting to share something, if your feelings are more complicated than this. Subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a click on that notification bell.
Yeah,
drop a click. Drop a click.
Hashtag drop a click.
Drop a click on the notification bell if you want to be part of the Death Mountain Notification Squad. I'm not even going to try to get you guys to beat me anymore. Just do it if you really feel like it.
Come on, Ricardo throws so much shade, but he can't even beat you to that.
No.
Yeah, what are we even... Yeah, silly Ricardo. Oh, well, what are you going to do? So, that's it from us here.
And as
The Death
always,
Mountain Podcast, and as always, you stay classy, Spokane.
stay classy.